Okay, hi everyone. We are so excited that we're doing this Coach Peak with you guys. We decided to record it here on Zoom, but there's a few of you watching live, and it's just really nice to have you guys. So my name is Thania Guardino. I started Team Conquer Your Fitness Foundation, CYF, and this is Ashley Oster.
Yeah, Ashley. Hi.
And yeah, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then Ash is going to tell you a little bit about herself, and then we're going to go into what coaching is, how much time it takes, the resources and tools, how we earn income, how we get to go on all these like trips that you see, kind of what our mission is and what the heck we do, and we're going to also answer some questions like, is this a sketchy pyramid scheme? So my name's Thania, and I'm actually a full-time marketing director at an educational staffing company. I love my career, and I do coaching, Beachbody coaching, as a part-time fun thing. I actually started 3.5 years ago, which is insane. But I really started because I was 20 pounds overweight. I was at a job that I hated. On the outside looking in, you would think I had everything. I graduated from a great university. I had a great job. I had a boyfriend. I had plenty of friends. I was really confident and like happy on the outside. But looking back now, who I was compared to who I am today, it was like I was really uncomfortable in my body. I hated looking in the mirror. Putting on jeans was like the worst thing ever because you're sitting in the car and you're like, rolls are hanging over it and you can't wait to just like unbutton your pants, and like that is just life. And like I remember living that life every single day. It's like, oh man, gotta go find a dress for so and so's wedding. Great, can't wait to see what size I am now. I wonder if I'm a size up. Bet you I am. Like, sure, I'll take a large because I'm always an effing large, like that type of life. I was always too busy to eat breakfast. I hated the gym. I didn't know what to do there. Long story short is that I had a coach and I had been watching her. She was an athlete that I went to university with, and she was doing this coaching thing, and she was going and working out every single day from home, and she was somebody I really admired in terms of athleticism and business, and she was really smart and intelligent. So I was like, she can't be doing anything sketchy. Like, this has to be legit. So after a few times of her inviting me, I finally accepted to join one of her groups, and I decided to start coaching as well. And during the busiest season of my life at that time, I had a full-time corporate job. I was managing a social media consulting side thing on my own. And then I had all kinds of family stuff going on. I decided to jump into coaching and these groups. I ended up losing 20 pounds, and the community and the workouts, like I could finally see myself actually enjoying a workout versus before it was like, I just want to be skinny. And now my entire mindset has changed into, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be healthy and live a long, prosperous life. And like, my dream and my goal is to be a 90-year-old grandma with like no cane, no wheelchair, no nothing, just like running after my grandkids and being like, kiddos, keep out, like that is my dream. And so that is kind of what this whole thing has entailed for me, and being able to pay it forward to other curvy girls like me who thought they could never, ever be fit and never have their ideal body, but more so have that idea and capture that epitome of health. So that's kind of how I started. Did I miss anything important from my story, Ash? I don't know.
I think you're pretty pretty good. Yeah.
So I started this business, and then I invited Ashley. Ashley and I went to college together. We were acquaintances, and funny enough, our boyfriends were friends, but we actually didn't really like each other when we first met. And then I invited her, and I'll let her tell you the story from there. So go ahead, Ash.
Yeah, so I became a coach a little bit after Thania, because obviously she invited me. But at the time, I was into CrossFit. I had done it for about 2 years at that point, I think, and 2.5 years. Loved going to the gym, loved working out, but was still not very like confident, never really had like the body I wanted. Just like I knew I was like a little bit overweight, like wanted I just like knew I could be and do better. And I kind of just was at wit's end of like what to do, which is how I found Thania and the challenge groups. But I also was at the same time not at a job I hated, but just like unsatisfied in like my career and just life in general. At that point, I had the full-time job. I had lots of friends, a great social life, but I basically felt like I was working my ass off all week to go party on the weekends. And that was just the cycle. And I didn't have much to look forward to. And at a certain point, I was just like, this literally can't be my life. Like, this can't be it. I need something else. Like, what's missing here? And so I had kind of stopped because I gained about 20 pounds, 15, 20 pounds. I was like really gross after New Year's, and Thania had cut out the partying thing and those friends, which was hard. And then Thania invited me and I was like, I'm going to throw myself into this. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And I've always, like I said, I've loved fitness. I actually became like very much a nutrition nerd because of CrossFit. And so when she invited me, I pretty much I researched coaching also before I actually joined. So I kind of joined with the dual purpose of doing a challenge group and coaching, but didn't like actually throw myself into coaching right away. But I knew that it was something that had the potential that I wanted to do, and it fit like that nutrition fitness thing I always had, and kind of just gave me that like extra something to look forward to all the time. And now I'm about 15 pounds down from like my highest weight, which is amazing. And I never thought I'd really be here and stay here without like doing something crazy like a juice cleanse or starving myself. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got started.
Yeah, and then we're going to get into how long it actually took Ashley from the first time she was in a group into like seriously coaching, but we'll get into that later. So let's chat a little bit about what we do as coaches. So basically what we do as a coach is we partner with Beachbody, which is, I want to say it's $1 billion company that has like Better Business Bureau rating. It's like a super legit company. We partner with Beachbody. They have personal trainers. They have nutritionists. They have everybody. They have a full research development team that takes care of all of the fitness, nutrition-y stuff. And then what we do as coaches is we're basically facilitators and like cheerleaders and like community advocates, brand ambassadors, and just like, bring everybody together. And so we run these groups on Facebook. They're private Facebook groups where we commit to working out, eating healthy. And what we do is we post little challenges every day and everyone checks in with a sweaty selfie. And that's pretty much what we do. And then we have other people who jump on our team and want to do the exact same thing that we're doing and pay it forward and create this like huge ripple effect and this big web of paying it forward and helping other normal people understand how to best reach their health and fitness goals. So besides coaching, we call them challengers or clients. Besides coaching clients, it's about mentoring other people. So if you come from like a business background and you really enjoy management and you enjoyed like the leadership portion of it, emphasis on leadership and de-emphasis on management, because being a coach means that you're the CEO of your own business. And that means that you have other CEOs. So like I would never look to Ashley, even though she's one of my coaches, and think like, I'm going to manage you. It's like, girl, you're your own boss. You build this business as fast as you want, as slow, as many hours. Like she does whatever she wants. And I just mentor and guide her and help her in any way, shape, or form. And I also learned a ton from her, and she's a great resource for our team. And like, it's just a very teamy type of thing. So our specific team motto is to empower other people through our community to start their own journey to wellness, self-love, healing, so that they can show up and be their best selves and bring their unique gifts to the world. Like, we're not expecting you to be a Beachbody coach and like make this your full-time career. That's not what we're here. It's really, we want people on our team because you have a passion for helping others and you also do well when you're held accountable. So Ashley and I talk about this all the time. Like when you're on a team, or you're a coach, you have to show up for yourself. So I would say probably like 5 out of 7 times I show up and work out because I have to check into the groups and I know that people are counting on me. I don't know if you're like that at all, Ashley, but.
Oh yeah, totally.
So coaching's a little bit selfish because you're like, damn, I really got to work out. I got to check in my group, and I don't want to be the coach that doesn't do their job. So that's basically what we do. In terms of time, how much time does it take to build this business? This business can be built as slow, fast, as much as you want. Generally, I spend about 8 to 10 hours a week building my business. And sometimes it changes, sometimes it shifts. Like, the beauty is that you make your own schedule and you decide how fast you want to build this. Ashley, what's your
yeah, I would say an hour on the weeknights per night, and then maybe like 1 to 2 hours on the weekend, pretty much right now.
Yep. Okay, so then resources and tools. So you're like, how do you do these Facebook groups? Where do you get the content? How do you know how to invite people? How do you get people to be in your groups? How do you get them to join? How do you get on them to do this stuff? So we have a Coach Basics University where we literally teach you everything that we've learned so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I always tell new coaches, it's like walking into a library. Nobody expects you to know just when you become a coach how to be a Beachbody coach. You're supposed to be like, when you go into a library, like, you should feel empowered that all of the knowledge that you need is there when you walk in, but no one expects for you to have read and memorized every book in the library, right? So that's kind of how our trainings are. And we primarily build this business through social media, but also through like networking and, you know, friends and family who you want to help. But eventually it just, you start to do it via social media. And that's how we primarily build our business. And we share like invites. I tell you exactly the words and verbiage and scripts that I use to invite people, and then you pass that along and you kind of tweak it and make it your own. So this team is, like, I keep saying the word literally, but it really is. Like, it's one of the best teams ever. And when we go to other Beachbody events, we always have coaches turn to us and be like, gosh, what team are you guys on? Like, you guys are so fun. I want to be on your team. So feel assured that this is one of the best teams in all of Beachbody, because, like, we're very organized and we have a lot of fun, and we just have everything put in place so that joining is simple, and then it's easy for you to duplicate it to grow your business. So did I miss anything on tools and resources?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, you're always going to have your coach to lean on for groups or support or anything. So you don't have to do anything by yourself at all, which I think is like the best part about our team.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about fears. And then Ash, if you want to just jump in and here at any point when I'm chatting about stuff, let me know. So going back to Beachbody, for me, one of the things that, so my dad's not going to like this, but when I was growing up, my dad legit joined like every MLM ever. And I was always like, bro, you are getting scammed left and right. Like, what is this magical thing you have now? Like this contraption, like he's like a super genius. And so he's always into all these like great futuristic things. But I was always just like, this is dumb. Like that vitamin's not going to do anything for you, Dad. So when it came to an MLM, for me, it was like, I don't want anything to do with a pyramid scheme that is sketchy AF. Like, that's not what I'm about. So I, like, actually researched the F out of Beachbody, and what I can tell you is that it is a top-notch company, and the way that they started is that they started as a fitness company. So they started as fitness workouts they were putting on DVDs and on infomercials. And what happened is that their programs got to be so successful that people just started having great results with it, putting their results on YouTube, sharing their results, and their customers started having this community in YouTube and the internet. And so Beachbody was like, whoa, we have something magical happening here.
And they basically like accidentally created the coaching community via
correct.
YouTube.
Yeah. And like, this is before Instagram, when like influencer wasn't a thing. It was just people sharing products that they liked. And so this coach network started happening, and Beachbody, the CEO's name is Carl. Carl was like, well, instead of hiring salespeople, why don't we just give our customers some of the profits that they're creating by sharing their results and mentoring other people? Like, why don't we create some sort of way to compensate them for what they're doing for free? So that's how the MLM portion of it came about. And one thing to note about pyramid schemes is that they're illegal. So you can't actually join a pyramid scheme because they're illegal. And Beachbody's been around now for, I believe it's 10 years. Are we about to hit?
Yeah.
I think we're about to hit the 10-year mark in like next year. It's been around for a while now. So yeah, not a pyramid scheme. We don't make money signing people up. I don't make money if Ashley signs up somebody. Like it's not like that. It's very much like any other sales dynamic that you'll find in a corporation. So in order for regional director of Subway to make money off of his franchises, they actually have to sell sandwiches, right? And then it's like any other sales structure that you'll see in a corporate setting. That's how this compensation is. So not pyramid scheme, totally legit. Are we just selling shit? That's a question we get a lot. So Ashley, what do you think about that?
Absolutely not. I guess you could say you are, but you're pretty much selling the lifestyle, and it is something that has worked for you that you are actually just sharing to someone else. Basically, like you would refer someone to, like, what am I doing right now? Like Rocksbox, or like when you get a Fabletics order and you refer someone, like it's kind of that type of thing. You're just referring someone to something you absolutely love, and you're not trying to sell them on it because they can say no, it doesn't really matter because it genuinely works for you. So.
Yeah. So I personally got into marketing because I hate sales and I want nothing to do with sales. So one of my fears starting to coach was like, I don't want to sell anything to anyone. And what I loved when my coach was talking to me about it was like, great, I don't want you to sell. I want you to share what's worked for you and pay it forward. And so when I started coaching, it was like, if I can pay this forward to just one girl who's 20 pounds overweight, has always been curvy her whole life, and like has never felt 100% confident in her body and her physical fitness ability, then like this is worth it. And like I have all kinds of like IBS, like gluten issues, and when I did Shakeology, it completely changed my skin, my hair. Like my hairdresser cannot believe how freaking quickly my hair grows, and like I had to stop getting my nails done because it's so expensive because it grows so quickly. But yeah, so it was like, we're not selling, we're sharing. You don't have to worry about that. And when you go through our coach university, we talk about how to overcome those fears, because in reality, it's just a fear. So what about not having enough friends on social media or being shy? So
I could touch on that one. So I actually, about probably a year or so ago, I started a whole new Instagram too, basically from scratch, because I just wanted to start fresh. So I pretty much started with like 100 people that I actually wanted to like follow me. And I've just done it organically. You gain followers over time. It kind of doesn't matter. I think Thania also started with very few followers and not posting on social media. But I know for me, I am pretty shy, and I would only post like, oh, when I have like a fun event with friends and I should post it. So I was that type of person. But as you get into it and you actually want to coach and share this with people, you kind of like, to tell people what you're doing, you have to share what you're doing, and you're just pretty much sharing what you love. And we all like can help you to learn how to share what you're doing and things that we've done in the past, mistakes or tips or anything. But
and it also starts to become fun, right?
Yeah.
Like,
mm-hmm. For me, it was like kind of like a fun challenge. Like, ooh, what do I get to post today? Because it's almost just like a game. Like, what am I gonna do? Like
and then it goes on a deeper level when you start to understand that sharing your story impacts someone's day, because there's so much negativity on social media and there's so much lack of vulnerability, and we get to be those people in someone's day and in someone's newsfeed that they look up to, versus the stick thin airbrushed model that isn't reality at all, right? Like we get to be like, hey, I'm normal, I struggle, but I gotta work out and like I'm doing my best that I can, and I hope that you have a great day today. And like that's pretty cool that that's our job, that we get to do that. So you get over the fear of sharing stuff when you have a bigger mission and a bigger impact. And then when someone's like, wow, you inspired me today to work out, and by the way, and then they tell you like their whole life story, it's one of the coolest, most rewarding feelings. And then you start to look at it as like a selfless thing. It's like, cool, sharing my story is selfless and it's helping somebody else. I can do that. Okay. Fear of rejection. I think we kind of talk about this through what I just said, but like you get over it when you understand that it's not about the 10 people that say no, it's about the one human being that says yes to you, and that you know is going to message you in 3 weeks and be like, oh my God, my jeans fit again. Or, you know, I'm pregnant because now I've been treating my body with good food and exercise and I'm able to, you know, conceive. Like that's pretty cool. Or they have enough confidence to start dating again, or it's just about, feeling sexy in their jeans, or I don't know, just it's cool. The last thing that we get is fear about, like, I think other companies do this, which I think is just, I don't know, it's weird to me, but having to buy a lot of product first when you become a coach or when you join a company like an MLM. But there's nothing you have to pay out of pocket. So when you sign up, the way that you sign up to be a coach is the exact same way that you sign up to be a customer. So you really have nothing to lose. When you sign up, you get to keep your workout programs, you get to keep your Shakeology, you get to keep everything. So one thing we didn't really talk about, Ash, is Shakeology. Do you want to just touch briefly on what Shakeology is and like what some of the products that Beachbody offers is, like Beachbody On Demand and the Performance line?
Okay, so Beachbody On Demand would be basically the Netflix for workouts. That's how we access all the workout programs. You have access to every program that Beachbody has created up to this point when you buy your membership. And so it's like thousands of videos and all of them. So, and as new programs get released, like P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, everything like that. And as they release them, you will get access to them as well. So they're constantly adding new programs. The other part is Shakeology, which is basically a superfoods powder with like 40 plus superfoods, pre and probiotics, adaptogen herbs, phytonutrients, pretty much everything that to supplement like our diet, since the way like food is produced now, it's a lot less nutritious. And so we kind of supplement that, plus helps with gut health. Like Thania said, like your hair, your nails, like everything, just general energy and functioning better. And then now we have a performance line, which is basically what it sounds like, performance for like more athletic. And it's by, what is it? I just forget it. NSA, like
NSF.
NSF, thank you. Like approved. So there's like a pre-workout, which is amazing, plant-based pre-workout, post-workout, a like nighttime recover, and like creatine also, and electrolytes. So we have like hydrate, and so pretty much like across the board, any supplement that you would want, pretty much we have it. And it is the most clean ingredients I've ever found of any supplement on the market. Yeah, like great ingredients, no soy, no crap, like no jokes here.
Gluten-free, mostly. I always drink vegan everything when it comes to like any sort of supplements. So to look at some of this stuff and be like, whoa, it's like super clean. What's really cool about Beachbody is that they have a full research and development team for Shakeology, and then they also have one for this performance line. It's like Harvard-based trained scientists that are in, like, that had created this line. So it's like all good-ish that I 100% stand behind and I'm obsessed with, and I highly recommend it even if you don't want to be a coach. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about income. We're going to post a video that really goes into this, but basically the way that you earn money is at the beginning of the business. When you first get started, it's based off of retail. So let's say it's day one, I get started coaching. I make 25% off of anything that someone buys through my store or my page or whatever. And you also get 25% discount on everything. So when Ashley first signed up, she signed up with a challenge pack, which includes Shakeology and like a year of Beachbody On Demand. That's like $140. So I made 25% of that, which I think is like $40 or something like that. So that's the first thing you do. So when you first get started, you make 25% off of everything that someone purchases from you. Eventually, the way that it works is that you start to build a team, and there's something called cycles, team bonus cycles, which basically just means that you get rewarded when your team is doing well and you've developed leaders to mimic what you've done. Now, my favorite part of this is that the only way that I can earn income when Ashley does something great is when I've matched her level of success. So if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a coach, and Ashley is, I can't earn income. So what that also means is that your coaches can surpass you in terms of success and in terms of income and everything. So when people have this idea of like a pyramid or a hierarchy, it's actually much more like a web. So like Ashley has people, I have people, we have people together, and like we all share in the volume and in the efforts of it overall. And we can get in depth into this more. But in addition to retail, team, then there's also quarterly bonuses. So when you hit certain goals within your business, Beachbody shares the profits from the entire company with the top coaches. So every quarter, people earn anywhere between $500 to
Like
$10,000, $20,000, which at this moment when you're hearing this, you're like, that sounds ridiculously insane. But one of my coaches is that she gets that every quarter. So that's really nice. So there's plenty of different ways to earn income, and we'll post that. So yeah, you can look at that video. All right, let's talk a little bit about the benefits of coaching. So this is so rushed, you guys. There's so many freaking cool things about Beachbody and like what we do. And like, you need to really sit down and have a full-on conversation with your coach that invited you, so we can like chit chat about this and like go back and forth, and we can interject with questions. But the benefits of coaching are really, you get freedom. You get freedom of travel, of time. What else did I put here? Your health, income. There's just so much opportunity, and we'll post some success stories as well. And this doesn't mean like freedom of time that you're going to retire and become like this multi-millionaire Beachbody coach or anything. It just means that you learn so many things from this business on how to be more productive and how to hack your time and how to be more efficient. And I've learned that watching, 6 episodes of Real Housewives of Orange County is not really productive to things I want to get done in life. And so before I was like, I don't have time to build this business. And I was like, wait, yes, I do. I don't need to watch that much TV, and I can do cool things like interact with humans and like have fun instead. So there's a lot of freedom that comes with that. Of course, there's the financial side of things. I know for me, throughout my 3 years of coaching, I help out my family a lot. And it's just always really nice to know that, if my mom needs some sort of medical treatment, or my brother needs, his 3rd freaking apartment or whatever it is, that I have a place where I can earn income, and my success is completely dependent on me. I don't have to wait until my annual review to see if I can get a salary raise. And it's just nice to have like a side little hustle to be like, cool, I can go buy new shoes for Coachella, or I can have money for Vegas, or get my nails done. I don't know. Ashley, what do you think about this?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't know.
I'm just talking about the financial side of stuff.
I know. I mean, I feel like I don't really have much to add to that.
That's all the same. What's something cool that you've gotten to buy with your side income?
I wouldn't say I've really bought anything. It helps like my financial burden, just because I have a lot of credit card debt, that it has helped me just to like make slightly bigger payments over time, just kind of like offsets my expenses really. So like, and which is actually like a really big deal for me, because I've had a lot of struggles with that. So, I mean, smaller things, but
I mean, $150 going towards your credit card debt is a lot of money. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't want to give anybody $150 for anything,
Yeah.
So $100, $1,000, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, like $3,000. Like, that's a lot of money. Like, I wouldn't want to give anybody $100 or $50. Like, hey, give me, like, no. So like every little bit counts. So it's really nice. So that's benefit. The number one thing is the community and the sisterhood that we have. If you creep on all of our stuff, if you creep in this group, you just see it. That's like our favorite part. We get to go on all kinds of trips. We get to earn trips. So Beachbody will reward you if for the entire year you hit your goals. You get to go on a free trip. The next trip is to the Bahamas on a cruise, and they also are going to like a private island. I don't even know the name of the island, so I can't tell you, but Bahamas is one of them, and then they're going to like some secret island. And that's all paid for by Beachbody if you hit your goals. And you get to bring a guest. So those of you who are married, have significant others, like free vacay. We also have a coach summit where we have all the Beachbody coaches from all over the United States and the UK and Canada come together, and we get to work out with the celebrity trainers. We get to just hang out with our larger team. It's a lot of fun. You got to creep on all of our stuff in here. one of the last two things that I think are really cool for me is the leadership opportunity, the fact that you get to mentor other people, you get to grow in your leadership skills. And so many of the business skills and marketing techniques and just like human relationship techniques that we learn here are so transferable to the corporate world or to any other job. And I think for me on the business side of things in my corporate career, being a Beachbody coach has made me that much more successful in my career and like making decisions for my career. And I know Ash, for you too, like there's so many things that I know you've learned that is just like, I think I'll do this. And I think leaving your other job to be now a graphic designer at like a well-known makeup cosmetic company is like that. I remember when she got that job, I was like, ooh girl, you've been doing that personal development, which is something else that is super crucial to what we do as a coach. So every single day for 30 minutes, we encourage you to read, listen to a podcast, do something that grows your mental, what I call mental fitness. So developing all of your personal development, all of your interpersonal skills and like dealing with habits and triggers and traumas of the past so that you can be the best version of yourself so that you then can mentor other people to be their best self. Did I miss anything on the benefits?
I think you covered it.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask Ash just a few questions so you can get like a little insider thing behind the scenes thing. So what was your biggest fear signing up as a coach?
Okay. Well, signing up, as a coach or a challenger coach, right?
Beginning.
I mean, in the beginning, I was kind of afraid that it wasn't going to work as far as the fitness, nutrition thing coming from CrossFit background. I was like, come work so silly. But as far as like the coaching also, I kind of had this like preconceived notion that like I had to be a salesperson to be successful and that it was only for like, these few people. But as I did more research and obviously I was like, well, Tanya's pretty normal. Like she's not going to have me doing something weird. But I did a lot of research and like, it's funny to see a lot of very successful coaches be like, we're just servers, like no college education, like all this kind of stuff. So really literally anybody can do it. And I was like, all right, I'm sold.
Yep. And also the introverted part thing, right? So I actually identify as an outgoing introvert and Ashley identifies as a shy extrovert.
Yep.
So like, she freaking loves people all the time, but she's quiet around them. I, on the other hand, I'm like, I really don't like people, but I can interact and like be outgoing and like talkative and stuff, but like I get drained by too many people. So for me, sometimes being in this business, like I have to make sure to unplug, which is really important on our team to make sure you unplug. You're not on your phone. And you're taking time for yourself. But yeah, anybody of any type of personality type, private or not private, can do this business.
I know. I feel like it feeds both things because it feeds my extrovert because I get to like talk to people all the time and interact with people. But like, I know for some people, the introvert, they're like, but I can do this in my room, like by myself at home.
My PJs with my glass of wine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Because when you first started, you were doing CrossFit.
Yes.
And Beachbody, and you were doing both workouts at the same time, right? So what ended up happening where you ended up leaving CrossFit?
So initially, I was still doing CrossFit workouts, but just did the nutrition Shakeology side, which was amazing. And then as like that year, I joined in about May, I believe. And as that year went on, I got really busy at work and I started to have certain days where I could not make my CrossFit classes. I had a 30+ minute commute and I'd miss a lot of classes and I'm spending all my money on CrossFit and missing. And so those days I'd like come home and I'd do like yoga or I'd do like a HIIT workout or like something on Beachbody on Demand. And then, as time went on, I was missing so many classes, it really didn't make sense financially for me to continue going to CrossFit. And I was getting better results so far with like the nutrition side of Beachbody that I was like, fine, I'm going to give this a shot. And also knowing I wanted to be actively coaching, I knew I needed to commit to Beachbody 100% to like feel completely confident in sharing it with other people. So it kind of was like all those things coming together at one time that I quit without canceling my membership at first to just test it out for like 3 months. And then I was just like, cut the cord.
Now, that's not to say that we don't have people on our team who are CrossFit coaches or personal trainers or
Yeah,
have
one of my coaches is a spin instructor. You can still totally do those things. That was my choice for me, and I know I couldn't make it. So it just works better as far as my schedule, my time, and for me personally.
Yeah. So what I wanted to get at that is like her CrossFit exercise she was able to match that with what she was getting at home from at-home workouts. And at the same time, there's flexibility to pursue other types of things. Because I know a lot of people that I talk to are personal trainers or they're like CrossFit people or whatever. And they're like, I want to coach something else because, my CrossFit job doesn't pay enough or my personal training job doesn't pay enough and I want to do something else. Can I do both? The answer is yes, you can do both. You just need to be able to tweak it, and we can help you with that. Okay. What's been the hardest part about coaching?
Probably consistency for me. that is me, because I'm very busy. So consistency, but I will say like the team really comes together a lot to kind of like help each other reach goals like a challenge group. But I would say consistency, and I don't know, that's probably my main one.
I will say that coaching does tell you who you are, because before coaching, I thought I was really organized and like had all my ish together. And then I started coaching. I was like, damn, I'm so unorganized and like I'm not consistent or as disciplined as I thought. I'm like organized chaos, but still. And so is Ash. You attract what?
Yeah.
So if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm a hot mess, that's fine. A lot of us are a hot mess. And like this business teaches you how to hone your skills so you can be the best version of yourself. So yeah. Okay. Where do you think you'd be if you didn't find this team or coaching?
Oh man, I would probably be still overweight, lacking self-confidence, like, what did I say? Like lost in my job, my career, stuck, like probably at this point, like sick and doing damage to my own health from my patterns that I was doing. I have like such a better like sense of like purpose and direction for my life. And even right now while I'm in like transition, like I'm looking for like in my career, it's kind of interesting to now see like this apply, because when before I felt stuck, I don't really feel stuck right now. I'm kind of just figuring out my options, and I feel like very comfortable in that versus before when I was scared and stuck and like literally had no idea what to do.
What about your friends? Where would you be without your teammates, your fellow coaches?
I would be so sad. My life would be so boring without you guys.
Oh, who would call me out when I don't eat enough food?
I'm the nutrition Nazi over here.
I don't know which way this video is. Okay, so those are some of the fears. I think it's a good little testament of the average person is thinking about. So let's say you're like, cool, this sounds great. I want to do this, but I don't have time, which I totally understand. I was working 50 plus hours a week. I had a boyfriend, full social life. My parents are divorced, so I have to like call both of them every day, which sounds like so minuscule. But when you have all these things adding up and there's no time in the day, it's like, And what I found is that because there was such a structure that was provided to me for here's how you invite people, here's how much time you should spend, here's exactly what you need to do to be successful in this business. And I was like, cool, I can apply that. It's a formula. It's very easy to follow. And it's just like working out. It's just like anything else in life. You make time for it and you prioritize the things that are important to you in life. When there's a party or a happy hour that you really want to go to, it's really easy to drop stuff, right? Because you're prioritizing the happy hour or the birthday party or the vacation or the trip or whatever. So it's like anything else. You have time. You just have to make a decision to make the time. So that's not a valid excuse if you don't think you have time. You do. I promise you do. If you say, I don't have the money, again, it's like anything else, right? Like if your mom was dying, I needed an implant or like a blood transfusion or something, you'd find a way to come up with the money. And for me, when I first started, I actually didn't have the money either. What I did is I had a 0 APR credit card. I was like, cool, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. If I don't like this, I'll return it. And it's a 0 APR credit card. I can pay it over like 2 months or whatever it is, however long I had. And if anything, I'm a hustler, I'm a hard worker. I know that if I put my mind to it, I can easily make that money back by helping other people get healthy. So if you don't have money, what you can do is you can save this month, stop going to Starbucks, figure out a way to meal plan to reduce your grocery budget, or talk to us and we'll help you find a way to find the money for a challenge pack, which I will talk about in a minute. And like, that's not an excuse either. You can find a way. I'm afraid of insert any self-limiting belief that you have about why you can't do this. And the truth is that it's just that. It's just a self-limiting belief. There's some narrative in your head that's telling you, like, I can't do this because I'm not X enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not this enough. And the reality is that you are enough. You had enough curiosity to jump on this call, to listen to us talk for whatever, 40 minutes, 45 minutes now. And there's something in you that's telling you that you want something more out of life and that you want to be part of a community. You want to be part of a bigger mission and a bigger synergy. And I think that there's a reason that you ended up on this call, listening to us crazy kooks talk about this amazing business that we're obsessed with and just a life that we're really proud of, that we're building, and the impact and legacy that we're building together collectively as a tribe. And I really think that you belong here. So if you are ready to join, here's how we would get started. So if you're a challenger and you're already drinking Shakeology, you already have a workout program, and you just signed up, then it's basically free. And what will happen is you'll sign up as a coach and you'll have to pay $40, but Beachbody is going to waive that $40 and refund it to you because you already signed up with the challenge pack. So if you're already a challenger, we'll get you started. Super simple. If you've never done a group before, you've never done anything, you just want to jump into it, we're going to get you set up with the tools. And the tools are Beachbody On Demand, which has access to all the workout programs. And then you're going to get at least Shakeology, or you can also get Energize and Recover, which is the pre-workout and the post-workout shake. So roughly it is $140. Right now we're in July and there's different specials going on right now. So I think it's normally $140, but that's when it's on special. I think it's $160. It's $160. I'm a huge liar. Sorry. It's $160 to get started this month. And so that's going to give you a year-long membership plus Shakeology, or it's going to give you a year-long membership plus the pre-workout and the post-workout stuff. And then what happens in the next 30, 60, 90 days is the first month, we're going to plug you into a group. You're going to invite a couple of friends and family, coworkers, anybody that you know that you can think of who would benefit from something like this, one of the groups. And then we're going to just do a group together and you'll act as a participant. And then in the second month, we're going to co-run a group together. So your coach and you are going to run a group together. Now, on our team, we also have team-wide groups where you don't have to do a lot. You just sign up to take 1 week, and it's your responsibility for that week to post content and to also comment and cheer everybody on. But because our team is so amazing, we have all that content written out, and we do everything collaboratively. So that's the second month. And then the third month, you can expect to be doing this on your own because you've already learned all the basics and you're up and running, and you're helping 3 to 5 new people every month, and you're paying for your Shakeology, you're paying for everything that you've purchased back and more. And then you're rocking and rolling with us on all of the fun trips and team calls and all the goodies and fun stuff that we could do together. What else did I miss? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Huh? No?
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Covered everything. So you guys, that's it. I'm so excited that you're on this call. I'm so excited to see you jump on our team. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to hear your story. I can't wait to just meet you in person and give you a weird awkward squeeze hug and talk about how you first jumped on this call. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Again, reach out to your coach or comment below on this video and we'll get you started, signed up. If you have any questions at all, if we didn't cover something or you still don't believe that this is in a sketchy MLM, then I didn't do a very good job of explaining it, and and we'll answer all of your questions. So honestly, we're an open book, and we're just super pumped to do this together, and we hope that we get to see you leading one of these calls next time. But we'll end it there, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.